Men, let's talk about the moment every man secretly dreads. You meet a woman, and at first everything feels electric. The spark is undeniable. She laughs at your jokes. Her eyes light up when she sees you. She texts you first. She wants to be near you. Those first days feel like magic, and you start to believe this could last forever. But then, almost without warning, something changes. Her replies get shorter. She takes longer to respond. Suddenly, she says she's busy, or she seems distracted when you're together. The warmth you felt begins to fade, and the connection you thought was solid starts to slip through your fingers, and that's when the questions flood your mind. What happened? Did I do something wrong? Did I say something? Is she seeing someone else? It's the kind of confusion that keeps men awake at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying every word, every moment, every text, searching for clues. Most men assume the reason is obvious. Some blame their looks, others think it's about money. Some even believe it's because of their age, their height, or some flaw they can't control. But here's the truth. Women rarely lose interest for the reasons men imagine. It's not your height. It's not your bank account. It's not even how handsome you are. Women lose interest for reasons that are far more subtle, far more human, and often invisible to the men who experience it. And unless you understand these hidden reasons, you'll keep repeating the same painful cycle. You'll keep experiencing the same slow fade, the same unanswered questions, the same heartbreak that feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. But once you uncover the truth, everything changes. You'll see patterns you never noticed before. You'll understand her silence, her distance, her shift in energy. And most importantly, you'll learn how to prevent it from happening again. Here's the truth, that most men don't realize women don't just leave broke men. They leave millionaires. They leave athletes. They even leave men who look like they have it all. And that's confusing, right? Because society has been whispering in men's ears for decades. If you have money, if you have status, if you look good enough, she'll never lose. But reality tells a different story. Attraction doesn't follow a checklist. Attraction is not a math equation where you add up height, bank balance, and style. Attraction is a feeling, raw and unpredictable. And when that feeling fades, no amount of wealth or status can hold it together. Think about it. We've all seen it, the celebrity divorce headlines, the rich entrepreneur whose partner still walks away, the powerful man whose influence couldn't keep her heart. If money and status were enough, those stories wouldn't exist. And yet they happen every single day. Why? Because what really makes a woman stay is not what you show the world, but what she feels when she's with you. You could drive the nicest car, wear the sharpest suit, and sit at the top of your career. But if she feels unseen in your presence, if she feels like you've stopped caring, if she senses that you've grown comfortable and lazy, then the spark dies faster than you think. And once it dies, all the luxury in the world can't bring it back. This is why you see women walking away from men who seem perfect on paper. Because perfection on paper doesn't matter if she feels empty inside the relationship. And at the same time, this is why women stay loyal to men who don't have much, no fancy job title, no flashy lifestyle, but who know how to make her feel something real. Because at the end of the day, feelings beat status every single time. Connection beats possessions, and when a man understands this truth, he stops chasing the wrong things and starts focusing on what really matters. So what do women truly crave in a man? Most men think it's about grand gestures, expensive gifts, or perfect words. But the truth is much simpler, and at the same time, much deeper. What women crave is a man who makes them feel seen. Not just looked at, but truly seen. Not just heard, but truly listened to. A woman remembers the small things more than the big ones. She remembers the way you look into her eyes when she talks about something that matters to her. She remembers if you put your phone away and give her your full attention instead of nodding absent-mindedly. She remembers how your touch makes her feel safe, desired, and alive without you needing to say a single word. These details may seem small, but for her, they are everything. They are the building blocks of lasting attraction. Here's the secret. Most men don't realize women rarely fall out of love all at once. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, in moments that seem insignificant at the time. It happens each time you ignore her story because you're too distracted. It happens each time you dismiss her feelings because you think they're not logical. It happens each time you forget to appreciate her because you assume she already knows how you feel. Every one of those small moments chips away at the connection. Until one day, she wakes up and realizes that the man who once made her feel alive now makes her feel invisible. And that's when interest fades, not because of another man. Not because she stopped being attracted to your looks, but because the emotional bond that kept her close was neglected. Attraction, at its core, is not about the surface. It's about how she feels in your presence. And the moment she no longer feels seen, understood, or valued, that's the moment the spark begins to die. The truth is this: the bedroom is not a stage where you perform. It's not an arena where you show off your skills or prove that you know all the right moves. The bedroom, just like the relationship itself, is a place of truth. It's where ego disappears, where masks fall off, and where real connection is either built or broken. Women lose interest when that connection fades. It doesn't happen with a single argument or one bad night. It happens when intimacy turns into routine, when passion is replaced by complacency, when curiosity is lost and both partners start to take each other for granted. A woman can forgive mistakes, she can accept flaws, but what she cannot accept is the feeling of being invisible in the place where she should feel most cherished. But here's the hopeful part: the opposite is also true. Women stay deeply attracted when they feel wanted, when they feel your presence, when you bring energy and curiosity even after months or years together, when you kiss her not just out of habit, but with intention, when you touch her not because you expect something in return, but because you want to remind her that she matters. That's when her interest doesn't just stay alive, it grows stronger with time. So the lesson is clear: if you want her to remain interested, you must show up with presence, not just possession. You must give her attention, not just gifts. You must nurture the connection, not just rely on the history you've built. Real intimacy is not about the big gestures you make once in a while. It's about the small, consistent acts of love and respect that tell her day after day, you are seen, you are wanted, you are cherished. That is the foundation of lasting desire. Nobody brags about a man who only took from them. Nobody remembers the guy who treated intimacy like a transaction. But every woman remembers the man who gave, the man who made her feel safe in his arms, alive in his presence, and cherished in his heart. That is the man she never forgets. That is the man who remains unforgettable long after the relationship ends. So if you're worried about a woman losing interest, stop obsessing over things that fade. Stop counting the zeros in your bank account. Stop comparing yourself to taller men, richer men, younger men. None of that guarantees her heart. Instead, ask yourself the questions that matter. Am I making her feel seen? Am I making her feel desired? Am I making her feel understood? Because here's the truth. Real attraction isn't about chasing her attention. It isn't about winning her approval once and then relaxing. Real attraction is about creating connection over and over again. It's about showing up with present energy and care. And the men who understand this, they never have to fear her walking away. So remember this: the strongest men aren't the ones who flex the hardest, who shout the loudest, or who spend the most. The strongest men are the ones who make her feel the deepest. Those are the men women stay loyal to. Those are the men women can't forget. And if you can give her that, she won't just stay interested, she will stay devoted.